friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and I am so excited that you decided to take time out of your day to spend with me, because today we are reading some summer romances. It's one of my favorite things to do in the summer, to just lose myself in all the romances possible. So this vlog will be me doing just that. We have some new releases, some books that I have been waiting for summer specifically to get to. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Let us go ahead and hop into these books and see what we get up to. All right, y'all, so it's time for us to talk about the Daisy Chain Flower Shop. This is book number 6 in the Dream Harbor series by Laurie Gilmore. This is the 5th book that I am reading, though, because I skipped the Strawberry Pancake House because it just had tropes that I don't like reading them. So I just, and these are interconnected standalones anyway. So I just, whatever. I'm just gonna act like the Strawberry Pancake House never happened in my brain anyway. So in this one, though, we're following Daisy, who is fed up being unlucky in love, and after several weddings she has done the flowers for and in divorce, her beloved flower shop has gained a reputation of being cursed thanks to Mayor Kelly and his infamous visions. Dream Harbor newcomer Elliot has been adjusting to town life following his own relationship turmoil, and until now he's avoided the flower shop at all costs. If the mayor is correct, he doesn't need any more bad luck in his life. And so Daisy is struggling. The flower shop is struggling. Nobody wants flowers from her, especially for weddings, which was her big cash cow, because like the synopsis said, a lot of her weddings have been ending in divorce, even though she just did a wedding for the characters from the first book. Is it Jenny and Logan maybe? And they're happy, but nobody is paying attention to that. They don't care about that. And so Elliot goes into the flower shop to buy flowers because his mother is coming to town, because she is doing a wellness check on him, basically because he has recently gotten divorced, and that's the whole reason why he moved to Dream Harbor anyway. He's trying to escape his feelings and all the things and just kind of figure out who he is outside of the divorce, lick his wounds, heal his heart, all the type of things. And he has been noticing Daisy, but he has never, went up to talk to her because he just does not think that he is good in relationships, and he don't want to do that to either of them. So when he walks into Daisy's shop, she is being accosted, if you will, by her is it her ex-husband or her ex-boyfriend, boyfriend or something, and his new fiance, and they're in Dream Harbor because they want to get married in Dream Harbor, even though he has nothing to do with Dream Harbor and this is Daisy's hometown. He's being an asswipe and is thinking about planning his wedding in Daisy's hometown. And so yeah, he's in there and they're talking, and Daisy kind of introduces Elliot as her boyfriend, of course fake boyfriend, to help ease the situation, help her not feel as awkward about her ex being in here with his new fiance. And of course Elliot goes along with it, and so afterwards they decide to kind of keep it going because they think that Daisy being in a successful relationship will help her business, and also Elliot thinks that him being in a relationship will get his mother and brother off his back, and she won't keep showing up doing wellness checks and all the things. So fake dating ensues, but of course Elliot's feelings were never fake. Like I said, he'd been noticing Daisy since he been in town. He just hadn't said anything to her, and so of course he falls first, which makes it the cutest thing ever. But they both have reasons why they think they're not good enough to be in relationships, so they're kind of working through that together. And I thought this was cute, this was fun, this was fine. But then there comes this situation that I thought was a little weird. And I don't know that I'm going to say anything really to describe it because I don't want it to be like a spoiler or anything. But Elliot is a really big history buff. So while Elliot is in Dream Harbor working, he kind of finds out, the history of the town, finds out some things, and they start looking into Daisy's family as well, because the flower shop has been in Dream Harbor for forever. And there was this parallel story to Daisy and Elliot from somebody else in Daisy's family, and they kind of she kind of latches on to that, and I thought it was weird. I thought it was weird. I thought it was unnecessary. I don't think the story needed an extra hook other than the one that it already had. And so while I think it was cool that, they were learning more about the history of Dream Harbor, about the history of the flower shop and Daisy's family and all of that, that would have been fine. But to attach it to Daisy and Elliot's story in the way that it was, oh, I'm being so vague, but I don't want to spoil it for you. That kind of made it like, ugh. I rated this a 3.5. Okay. I had a good time with this. I thought it was good. I just also like the characterization of Daisy. Some of the things that she said and did, it just felt like a little whiny at times, and both of them were very much woe is me through a lot of this. And like, yes, I understand both of y'all went through horrific breakups with people that y'all thought y'all were going to be with forever. But friends, we some years past, and you need to get over that. And having one failed relationship does not mean that relationships are for you, or you're just a horrible person, or you'll never find your person, or you're just meant to be alone because that relationship didn't work out. And I know that I'm a little harsher when it comes to like relationships and things that people go through in relationships. Some of this stuff I just feel like it's unnecessary, but I know that it's a very strong opinion and most people don't feel that way. So I think this is a me thing. I think that a lot of people will be able to relate to Daisy and Elliot. And like I said, the story is cute. They're cute. I like them together. There's always some spicy good times in this. It was cozy. These books, I don't go into them fully taking them seriously. It's just a good fun time. And that was had. Like I said, 3.5. It's not my favorite in the series. I think if I were to rank the 5 that I read, I'm thirsty. Let me even pull up the series. I don't even remember the name of these to know which is which. But if I were to rank these books, I know for sure number 1 for me is The Gingerbread Bakery. That was a 4.5. I love The Gingerbread Bakery. Annie and Mac, they did it for me. Okay, that was one of my favorite books of last year. So number 1 for me is definitely The Gingerbread Bakery. And then The Christmas Tree Farm, I think, will go next for me. Even though I rated the Pumpkin Spice Cafe higher, I think looking back now, I like the Christmas Tree Cafe more. The third would then be the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I think. And then for the last spot, I think the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore and the Daisy Chain Flower Shop are right there together at the bottom. Those were my least favorites. But yeah, I've yapped on long enough about this book. So yeah, let us go see what we get up to next. Okay, so Love and Sportsball by Meka James. This is the first book in the Atlanta Cannons series. And in this one, we follow Khadijah, who has started her dream job as an athletic trainer for the Atlanta Cannons. And so she goes out with her sister to celebrate. This celebratory outing turns into a one-night stand with this girl named Shay. And so Khadijah is not really looking, hold on y'all. Khadijah isn't really looking for a relationship right now. She's trying to get settled into this job, collect the bag, all the things. But then she goes into her first day of work, right? Guess who she sees when she walk in the room? Shay, because Shay is a basketball player on the Atlanta Cannons. And friends, Khadijah is flabbergasted, okay? Her flabber is gasted. She is just don't know what to do, okay? And so Shay is known to be this major player type of woman. Like she just, she doesn't really take anything seriously. And so she even has like her roster is named Harris Honeys. Like sis is out there. But she actually really likes Khadijah, but once Khadijah finds out this information, she's like, but also Khadijah does not want to be involved with somebody on the team because she wants to keep everything professional, and she don't want to start off on the wrong foot with this job. So they try to not like each other. Well, Khadijah tries not to like Shay. Shay is like, I don't care. Like, we can be together and it's no problem. But of course, Khadijah is trying to fight her feelings. And so, yeah, I did not realize that I had read a Meka James before. I had read one of her novellas, I think last year. I think it was, let me cheat. It's called Being Hospitable, and I think I read it last year, and it was just okay to me, friends. It was just okay to me. And had I remembered that I had read from Meka James before, I probably wouldn't have picked this up. So it's good that I didn't remember, because also adding to the list of skepticism is this is a sports romance, and I am I'm generally not a sports romance type of girl. Now, I like sports. I understand sports. I can follow multiple sports, but for whatever reason, they just don't hit for me like that. Or maybe I should say I haven't found one that just really do it for me. Okay. And so, yeah, but I thought if any kind of sports romance is going to do it for me, it's going to be a Black Sapphic one. So I gave this one a shot, and I'm really glad that I did. I gave this a 4-star. I thought this was cute. It was realistic. The spice was spicing. It gave what it needed to give in that area, but also I think the storyline progressed in a good way. Yes, Khadijah and Shay was going back and forth. Yes, I was irritated by it, but I understood it. Because I would go back and forth too. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I get it. And so, yeah, I was happy to have gave this a shot. I think I am going to continue on in the series. And I found some other Black Sapphic basketball romances that I think I'm going to give a shot to as well. So you'll see that at some point. But yeah, 4 stars for this. I thought it was good. That's all I really got to say. I don't really have any complaints. It just wasn't like that 5-star wow feeling. But for me in sports romance, this is the best that I've gotten so far. So yeah, I'm happy that I decided to, give this one a shot. So I'm gonna stop rambling now, because clearly I ain't got nothing else to say. We finished The Secret to a Southern Wedding. We're following Dr. Amani, who has returned home to Peachtree Cove as Tallahassee's Okay, so this synopsis says Tallahassee, but I'm pretty sure the city in the book is actually Tampa. Yeah. But anyway, she is the most sought after OBGYN, and she doesn't have time for anything else. But when her mom invites her to a surprise wedding to a man that she only just met on a dating app, the pragmatic Imani knows she has to put this to a stop. What she believes will be an easy task turns difficult when the handsome son of her potential stepfather insists on blocking her efforts to keep their parents apart. Cyril and his father relocated to Peachtree Cove to escape the rumors and speculation surrounding his mother's tragic death. Now they finally found peace and made a life in this quirky small town. Most importantly, after years of grief, his dad has finally found happiness again, and Cyril refuses to let Amani's suspicions and skepticisms stand in the way. He aims to show her his dad's feelings are real, but unexpectedly, the attraction between him and Amani becomes something neither can deny. But when Cyril's heartbreaking past collides with Amani's doubts, overcoming the secrets between them threatens everything. When I found out about this book, I was very skeptical, and that's why I didn't read it first in the series. I think I read friends to lovers first. That's because I was scared, friends. I was scared about this step sibling situation. So when Imani and Cyril first met, they did not know who each other was. They just had like this chance, kind of a meet cute, kind of not situation, only to then find out after the fact that their parents were going to marry each other. So I was like, okay, I was chugging along, I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna be able to handle it. I think it's not going to be weird. But then we got more into the story. And first off, let me just start by saying that Imani was kind of I wasn't the biggest fan of Imani's personality. And while she is very much a product of what her mom instilled in her, at some point when you become an adult, you have to take responsibility for yourself and the things that the way you act and the things that you believe and like your mindset. And so I can't really blame her mama for that anymore, because Imani is a full-blown adult and has had time to change and become her own person. And the person that Imani has become, I'm just not a fan of. She is very snippy, very snipey, slick, bitchy. She just wasn't a character that I was rooting for to begin with. While also in the situation, like if your mama called you and told you she was getting married to a man that you'd never met before, that she just met a couple months ago, you would be a little on edge, a little worried too, right? But the way that she came in, I feel like was just a little too much, a little harsh, because at the end of the day, your mother is a grown woman and she decides she wants to marry this man that she just met. That's what she gonna do, and ain't nothing you can really do about that. So like, she was acting like a teenager, like a petulant, annoying teenager about the whole situation. And I just want to be with my mom, and why is he always here? And like, friend, you are not handling the situation like an adult. And I think that's what bothered me the most, the way she was treating her mom like she was a child, and how she was just going around pouting and acting bitchy towards everybody. Like, friend, you don't have to act like that. And like I said, it's okay to be weary of Cyril and his dad. I can't remember his daddy name because you don't know them, but like give them the benefit of the doubt until they give you a reason to have or to act this way towards them. So that was already annoying me. And then there is a reason why Cyril and his dad had to move to Peachtree Cove. They were escaping his mom's family because, I'm not going to spoil it, but there was a situation surrounding her death. And so they just kind of wanted to get away from all that. And that's why they moved to Peachtree Cove. And of course, this situation followed them. And I did not agree with how the situation was handled. I feel like, omission is lying in a way. And both Cyril's dad and Imani's mom were keeping things from each other. Whether the same type of things, no. But I just don't understand how they decided that they were going to get married, and like there were clearly things that they didn't know about each other that they were okay about. Like they knew there was some sketchy stuff from both of their previous marriages, but they're like, we don't want to talk about that. We just want to start over. Oh, absolutely not. I need to know everything before I'm going to marry you. Like, no, that didn't feel realistic to me. Because what do you mean? I know with some sketchy stuff from your past, and I'm not going to ask questions about it, and we're not going to talk about it, and it's just going to be something that we brush over. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. So yeah, but the way that everything came to light and the way that Imani acted when it did, I stopped the book right there. So that means I DNF'd this book at 64%. Because at that point I had just reached my limit. I don't care if Imani and Cyril get together. I don't care if the mom and the daddy marry each other. I'm done. Because everybody is just acting the fool. Nobody's acting like an adult. I'm sick. And I listened to the audiobook of this, and friends, I was struggling with the audiobook because why are there these bad southern accents in this audiobook? Please. As a southerner, we can immediately tell when your accent is fake. And my thing is, there are plenty of audiobook narrators. Find somebody who actually has a southern accent. You don't have to find somebody to fake it. And if they're gonna fake it, like, let it at least be decent. It sounded horrible. So I was already struggling through that. And then they all the characters acting a fool in this book, and I was just like, no, it's too much. I'm gonna have to pass. Hard pass. I tried. I made it further in the book than I thought I would. 64% is not bad. And it just it was a recipe for disaster. And so unfortunately I was not able to finish this book out, but I gave it a shot. I tried. That's all I can do. All right, y'all, let's get into Curvy Girl Summer by Danielle Allen. This is the first book in the Curve series, and it was actually one. Wait, let me tell you what it's about before I get into my thoughts. So in this one, we follow Aaliyah, who has this one night stand with her clingy ex, and she kind of realizes, yeah, this ain't it. I don't want this. I am just like not feeling this vibe anymore. Her family is on her back about having a person, mainly because her older sister was married and pregnant by this age, and so they want that for Aaliyah. And so they're on her case really bad, and she just decides to tell them that she has a boyfriend and that they will meet him at her 30th birthday party. So here's the thing, Aaliyah doesn't have a boyfriend. So she has to find a boyfriend by her birthday. So she starts going on these dates. And the first date was horrific. And the bartender at the bar that she had the first date at witnesses this catastrophe and kind of decides that he wants to join in on this journey and kind of help her, watch out for her during these dates. And along the way, their banter and relationship kind of expands, and they realize that they actually kind of have a crush on each other and what to do with that information. I will say that if you are sensitive to fat phobic comments, then I definitely think you might want to take it easy with this one, because Aaliyah's family is with the shits, and I absolutely hated the things that they said to her and the way that they treated her, all because she was fat. Like, friends, I was so pissed off. Oh, I was pissed off. So if you think that is going to trigger you, be very careful with this book, because look, yeah. But anyway, I was very surprised at my connection and relationship with this book, because I didn't think I was gonna like it, friends. I thought I was gonna like it, but like just like it. So I ended up reading the second book in the series, Plus Size Player, first, because I was just more interested in that one. And I felt like it was wrong to read this one outside of summer. So when the time came for me to read this, I was like, but friends, I loved it. I am so surprised at how much I loved it. I loved Aaliyah as a main character. I really liked, what is his name? Ahmad. Yeah, that's it. I really liked Ahmad. I liked the way that they joked with each other. They were always just talking shit to each other and having a good time. And I absolutely was a fan of all of that. I rated this book a 4.5 star. Like, friends, it was almost in 5-star territory. The only thing that kind of kept me from that is just it felt a tad bit too long. And also, I think that Aaliyah's family, she let them off too easy. For the things that they would say to her about her weight and how nobody's going to want her because she's fat, and just all the other things that they were saying, bruh, she should be no contact with these people, because I don't even feel like her parents even stood up for her enough, or in a way that they might not have been saying the horrible things, but they were allowing the horrible things to be said to Aaliyah. Nobody in her family besides her granny, she should be talking to. And that's just my opinion on that. And I felt a little weird about the conflict in this book and how that happened. Part of me was just like, it was a little dramatic. It was a little bit too much, and I just think we could have handled it a different way. But I really liked the effort that Ahmad put in for Aaliyah, and he was just a little misunderstood, sad, anxious boy, but funny at the same time. So all the things that I enjoyed, but this was really good. Danielle Allen gives us life lessons in these romances, but not in a way that seems like preachy or like life lesson-ish, because she's a life coach. And, you know, when it's in you, it just comes out. But I would actually take Danielle Allen's advice. And, you know, some people, they just, you just don't. But Danielle Allen, I would take life advice from. I think she does a great job writing romances. They're funny. I absolutely am obsessed with Nina, who is the main character of the second book. But of course, she is a prominent side character in this one. And I tell you, whenever Nina is on the page, I am just cackling because she is such a hilarious person. What I really like about this series is that the books run concurrently, and I think that's so cool. We're seeing, you know, because I read the second book first, we went to Aaliyah's birthday party with Nina, and now getting to see like Aaliyah's side and learn more about her and like see the party from her point of view was just really cool. And then in the third book, I'll get to see Jasmine's point of view of the party and all the other events that happened. And I just like them as a friend group. They're funny, they're real, they call you out, but also like, you know, encourage you to step out of your comfort zone, all the good things. And yeah, I'm just happy that this book surprised me because I was not expecting it at all. I really wasn't. So yeah, and also sometimes, and I just think about a book that I've read recently that I felt like really needed dual POV because the relationship felt one-sided without it, but that did not happen with this. I saw Ahmad fall just as hard as Aaliyah, not even getting his POV. Now, would I've enjoyed it? Of course, because I just like being in everybody's head because I'm nosy. But yeah, I don't think it needed it. I think we were fine without it. This is a 4.5 star. I am so very happy that this book was able to surprise me in a good way. And yeah, I think that's all I got. Okay, y'all, I have finished The Summer Girlfriend and it's time to talk about it. So in this one, we're following Noelle, who is like a pay-to-order bridesmaid and also works at a bookshop. She's trying to save money to be able to go back to college because her dream is to be a librarian. And so she has to finish up 1 year of college and then go into the master's program to be a librarian. One day she randomly runs into Jeremiah, who is the grandson to the founder of Smith's Sweets, which is a really popular sweets company. And he is used to a life of frivolity, not really taking anything serious. And he stops working at the family company and tries to branch out on its own. It's now working at like a dog toy company or something like that. And his grandfather died and Jeremiah has been taking it really hard. And since then, he hasn't visited the family's beach house in Heart Beach because that is where he kind of feels his grandfather the strongest, and he just doesn't want to deal with that. And also he feels that him and his grandfather left off on a really bad note, and he doesn't want to have to tell anybody about their last conversation. So Jeremiah lies to his family and tells them that the reason why he hasn't been around is because he has a girlfriend. And his mom was like, okay, cool, bring her and you come down, and now you don't have an excuse. But of course, Jeremiah doesn't have a girlfriend, and he finds out that Noelle is a paid bridesmaid. He's like, okay, well, can I just pay you to be my fake girlfriend for a weekend, and then we don't, I don't have to worry about my family anymore, and it's all good, and you get some extra money to add to your college fund. Everybody wins. Well, they get there, and Jeremiah's family is really nice, and Noelle likes them. They like Noelle, and then Jeremiah kind of ends up needing Noelle to be his girlfriend for the rest of the summer. So they strike up a contract, all that, fake dating situation ensues. But of course, Jeremiah and Noelle end up falling for each other for real, and they got to figure the situation out. So I thought this was really cute. I have read quite a few Kristina Forrest books by now, and by quite a few, I mean 2. And it just feels like a Kristina Forrest book. Like, she has her own way of writing, and it's distinctive, and yeah, I think you can tell, and it's a good thing. I think her writing is really cute, really fun, sweet, and a little spicy, but not too much. I thought this was a really cool story. We got to explore Hart Beach in New Jersey, and yeah, family drama, all the things. I rated this book a 4-star, and it reminds me of the same reason why I rated The Neighbor Favorite a 4-star when I thought that would be a 5-star. This book was a little repetitive in a way that, yes, we know that y'all are fake dating, and so why are you continuously telling the reader that they're fake dating? We're already aware of that. We were aware before we even started the book, if you read the synopsis. And so it felt like it just kept repeating the situation about them fake dating, and then the reasoning why. Like, when Jeremiah and Noelle started catching feelings for each other, they're like, but he paid me to be his girlfriend. He's paying me right now, or I'm paying her to do this job for me, so we can't talk about our feelings or like explore our feelings, which did not make sense to me at all. That felt like a very big non-reason for them to actually talk about their feelings and get together, because Jeremiah is not poor at all. They have a shit ton of money. And so if the contract was what was really bothering him, all he had to do was go ahead and pay her out, and then bam, we're not under contract anymore, and that solves the issue. So why are we then repeating the problem when we know the solution to it? Now, Noelle's side is a little different, because she was under contract and she was just supposed to be faking being his girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, all you had to do was talk to him. Like, if you're developing feelings for him, why not just tell him that, and y'all could have worked through a solution together quicker than what happened. You wouldn't have to go through a whole breakup situation or none of that, because the problem would have been solved really easily, And I wanted more from the relationship, I think. While I thought that Noelle and Jeremiah were really cute together, it felt like their feelings could have been based on more deeper things, even though, it kind of was, but I think I just wanted more. Like, it was almost there for me, but I just needed some more. Yeah, I think that's what it was. And it kind of felt a little long for me at times. I don't know. I feel like I'm contradicting myself and not really saying anything at the same time. But it was just something about this where I gave it a 4-star. I wanted more of something. There was a disconnect for me. And it's weird, because I like the characters. I like Noelle. I like Jeremiah. I like the idea of them together. It's just... And then the family drama was very annoying to me as well, because the way the older brother decided to treat Jeremiah really pissed me off, just because he didn't understand what was really going on. And also, all of that could have been solved with a conversation also. So it was just like, well, y'all just actually talk to each other, because a lot of this foolery could have been solved very easily by everyone just talking about their feelings like adults. So maybe that's what it was, and why I could not give this a 5-star. But I had a fun time with this. I do recommend it. I think that it's a great summer read, and I do think that you can enjoy it and will enjoy it if you pick it up. It's just how much you enjoy it. So Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this. Yeah, I think that's all I got. It was a good time. Okay, so let's wrap up this video. We read The Daisy Chain Flower Shop, and that was a 3.5 star. We have Love and Sports Ball, that was a 4-star. Curvy Girl Summer was a 4.5 star. The Secret to a Southern Wedding was unfortunately a DNF, and The Summer Girlfriend ended up being a 4-star. So overall, I feel like this was a fairly successful summer romance reading vlog, and I'm happy that I got to, read some good romances this summer. If you've read any of these books, let me know your thoughts because I want to know. I'm nosy. And thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing. Anything that you do to support me and my channel, friend, I greatly appreciate it. I hope you have the best day that you possibly can. Remember to take care of yourself, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.